Hello guys and gals, and welcome back to another episode of World of Tanks. I'm going to start calling this series The Quest for the Perfect Ram. Because that's exactly what this is. I want to ram. I want to ram somebody, and I want to ram them good. And when I ram them, I want to make sure they die. Because my rams will be epic. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go up to A8. Because I think we might be able to get a good ram off on somebody there. Just depends. I don't know. Depends how the battle unfolds. I'm in this Facebook channel on Facebook. It's like World of Tanks, and it's like mixed between like Xbox users and PlayStation users and PC users, and the Xbox, the console users are always complaining about the PC users in there. I don't know why. It's a fun game. Doesn't matter if you're playing on PC or console. It's still very fun. I got so many Centurion models these days. So let me go over, since I'm going to call this series The Quest for the Perfect Ram, I want to go over with you guys what ramming is and how it works, and how to get your best ram off, and why ramming is bad for certain vehicles, and blah, 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 blah. Yakety smackety. Alright, so let's start with the basics. What is a ram? A ram is when two tanks smash into each other at Mach speeds, right? So, if I were to ram this vehicle, for instance, and I did. Wasn't quite a perfect ram, but it was pretty darn good. Hello, Batchat T25 AP, or 25T AP. Whew. That was a pretty good ram, actually, while I was sitting there yakking my smacking lips. Not gonna lie. Anyway, so how to get a perfect ram? What is a perfect ram? Alright, so to start out with, two tanks smash into each other. Alright, and when you smash into each other, you deal damage to each other based on the speed that you hit each other, right? So that's the main calculation. The main calculation is how fast are you going and how fast is he going, and they add that together. So let's say you're both going 60 kph and you smash into each other and you hit each other at 1,000 or 120 kph. The second thing that's calculated is your weight, all right? So my weight, which would be 60 tons, plus the weight of whatever vehicle I'm hitting, which could be, 60 tons too, which is another 120 tons. And then it's going to calculate in your armor values. The armor values are not the armor value of the front of your tank or the armor on the side. It's whatever gets hit. So for instance, with the T-54 that I just hit earlier, the calculations would be my front plate versus his side plate, because that's how I hit him. Which isn't always the best way to hit a tank, because unfortunately the side plate is tracks, and a lot of the times the tracks can absorb damage. But it's still softer than the front of a vehicle. So ramming somebody in the front is probably not a good idea most of the time, unless it's a tank like a Hellcat or another vehicle that just doesn't have a lot of armor. Man, that Persian is really taking it. Alright, Persian. I'm gonna see if I can get a ram off on this Batchat 25T. Well, it doesn't look like it. He already made it all the way around the hill. So he's now up the hill, which makes it rather difficult. Hello, Yagtig. Ooh, nice shot, Yagtig, but I'm gonna hold you in position. Now, you notice there what I did was very simple. I just shot him in the track wheel. I could have gone for damage, and that would have been nice. But I shot him in the track wheel because he was exposed. And an exposed tank can take damage from my teammates, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to get that 400 damage shot. I wanted to keep him exposed so that he took more than 400 damage. It's a small tactical choice, which makes a big difference in the game, but not to my personal stats. Because that 400 damage would have been nice for my personal stats. I just didn't quite have that opportunity. Looks like the T-28 has that same silly weak spot. He broke my turret. You little punk. He broke my turret. Well, anyway, 3,160 damage. We did alright. 2,600 spotting. 2,770 blocked by armor. That's pretty nice. And we got a ram kill. I am not going to complain. Alright, so back to what I was talking about. Alright, so 2 tanks hit each other. Alright. All that is calculated in the armor value, the speed, the weights. And this is how I imagine it. I'm not 100% sure this is how it works, but this is how I imagine it. An explosion occurs between the 2 vehicles for the total amount of damage that is being done. So let's say it's a total of like 1,500 or something, right? So that's the total amount of damage that will be dealt, split between the 2 vehicles. But the split is never even, all right? So the tank that has the superior ramming capability, for instance the E50, has more weight than most vehicles. It has more armor on its front plate than most vehicles. So if the E50 is the one doing the ramming, that front plate is always going to be the front. So if you get hit in the side of the E50, it's going to do more damage, or the rear, because obviously you have less armor on the side of the rear. If the other tank is lighter than you, so you hit a tank that's 40 tons, they're going to take a larger share of the damage as well. And it seems to be, just in general, that the tank that is lighter and the tank that has less armor always takes the lion's share of the ramming damage. And the tank that is more well-armored and has, a heavier tank takes less. So, for instance, the E50 also has the crew skill controlled impact. And controlled impact states that the skill's effective decreases the ramming damage to your vehicle and increases the ramming damage to the enemy vehicle. So it's another little bonus that gives you a little bit more protection versus ramming, essentially, and make sure that the enemy, does not. There are other good ramming vehicles, by the way. I remember someone talking about the French tank. The AMX-50B has a very nice speed, very nice weight, very nice armor for ramming. And we didn't win. Shame. Shame, 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 shame. We still did pretty darn good, though. Highest damage on our team. We got a ram kill. We got crazy good assistance damage. I don't understand why we didn't even get a medal. Usually, if you want to know why you lost, you just look down here, and you'll see a bunch of zeros. But our STB-1 doing no damage was that's just shameful. Their T-54 doing 442 damage was me ramming him. So, there's that. I don't know why a tier 10 couldn't do more than that amount of damage. STB-1's a great tank. Himmelsdorf, yes. Now, obviously, the faster you're going, the more damage you do. But it's often difficult to get that speed because it takes a little while to build it up. Well, how do you get a large amount of speed? Very quickly, by going downhill. So, the top of Himmelsdorf is a great place to ram people. Why? Because you're going down a hill. So if you can manage to get yourself in that kind of position where you can come down the hill at someone and hit them, ooh, it's going to be a hard hit. Like a bodybuilder, smashing in. Heck, I saw one. It was a E100, jumped off a cliff, and he kind of like cantered to the side, and he like came down. And I swear the thing that popped into my head was People's Elbow. I'm like, man, that E100 People's elbowed that dude. It's like, upsy daisy. As you can see, it's pretty difficult to ram somebody on a hill going up because you can't get hardly any speed whatsoever. And I just realized I've got my camera over my dang HUD. That's why I couldn't see that my turret was broken. That's always nice. Super nice. Alright, so first things first, we're going to see if we can ram someone behind the chateau. A lot of the times, someone will come up, and they'll try and come up really fast right here. So we're going to wait for it. And then we're going to try and ram that person. I'm going to let our Foch and big OP TDs get into position. And let's see what kind of... Oh, wow. You both bounced. And you broke my gun. Your mama's a hoe. That wasn't one. That was two Grill 15s. Are they in a platoon? Yes, they're in a platoon. And they both fired me at the same time. Oh, the other one got me. He must be like right here. Or here. I don't know. I'm just going to back off. I don't really want to take 750 damage shots. Let's wait for the right opportunity. Oh, they're pushing. Bye-bye. T57 heavy. You're gone. Oh, wow. And I bounced it. That was pathetic. All that talk and bluster. And I missed. Oh, that STB-1 ran. So there's probably not a good chance I'm going to get a ram on him. Yeah, he still wanted to get that pot shot in though, didn't he? Ooh, now that might be a ram. Get him! Come on, E100! Get in there! Get in the ram! Get in the ram! I'm not even going to shoot him! Yes! That's what you get, son! I can't believe I set that E100 up for a ram. I don't think I've ever seen an E100 ram anything. Ever. Come on, come on, come on. I want to get that grill. I want to get him so bad. He's lining up to protect himself from the E100, and I just have this hunch I'm going to be able to come in right behind him. I don't know. No, he was aiming my way. Why was he aiming my way? I don't care. That was worth it. That was worth it. That's 60 TP. 60 TP though. Man, that's going on. That's going on to YouTubes. I can't help it. Man, I rammed him and held him in place, and that E100 just said, BAM! Oh, that's good. It's good. I like it. It's good. All right. Now, there are other good ramming tanks besides the E50. In the last episode, I highlighted the T1 Heavy as a pretty good ramming vehicle. I'm trying to remember one of the other good ramming tanks that I got. I mean, the E50, which is also, you know, very similar to the E50M, is also fairly good at ramming. I don't know if I have controlled impact on the driver. Oh, I do. Let's go see if we can get a ram on the E50. The E50 and the E50M are very similar. They are very similar tanks in many, many regards. The armor on the E50M, I think, is a little bit better. But in general, I think that they're so very similar that it almost doesn't even matter. Especially when you consider the fact that both tanks have the same turret face weakness. They pretty much have the same gun, same armor layout. And just in general, they're very, very similar tanks. So, let's go ram somebody on the E50. Yeah. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. All right. I actually kind of despise this map, by the way. It used to be good long time ago. It was one of the very few maps that would sometimes end in a stalemate. And I don't know, they changed it and they ruined it, and they really, really ruined it, because it used to be decent and now it's, I don't even know how to explain it anymore. It's like one of the worst maps I've ever seen now. Like, the left and the right flank hardly even matter at all. The majority of the battle takes place in the center, which is really odd. I really want to ram that Type 61. But I know from experience that there are multiple tanks in the back sniping. Yep, there's the Grill 15. I probably should have just gone ahead and done it, got it over with. It would have been more fun than this map. I don't mean to be a complainer, but man, this map sucks. Since we ain't got nothing else better to do, let's talk about why the map sucks. The B and C line are open space dead zones. The H and J line are open space dead zones. Open space dead zones are awful, especially when you put directly behind those open space dead zones a sniper area with massive camo. So they didn't just put a sniper area back there. They put tons of bushes and trees and made it so that the sniper area was absolutely perfect for any sniper that wants to camo up back there, which makes pushing nigh impossible. You have to push in mass, and even then you'll take a massive amount of damage trying to make it forward. Now the other side is much the same, except they actually gave hard cover over there, which doesn't really make much difference, because the hard cover, as soon as you leave the hard cover, you're in the open man's dead zone, and you're dead anyway. What can I do? What can I do? I could try and make it to that house. That's about the only thing that I can do. And if I don't make it to the house, then I guess I'll just give up, because I'll be dead. We're going to shoot this Type 6. Never mind. T30K. Wow. Dang. So there was a grill on the right. Oh, there was a grill on the right. There was a M48 Patton in the middle, and there was a T30 on the left. So there was literally no way that I could approach that house in any kind of relative safety. Meh. Man, E50. I can't believe we lost that one. I felt like we were doing good. Moving on. The quest for the perfect ram continues. I feel like it's some sort of nature show. Next time on the quest for the perfect ram. Daniel catches his foot on a rock, and he almost dies as he slips to his doom. Mesmerized by the green grass on the way down, Daniel thinks of his loved one. I'm so stupid sometimes. You guys can ignore me. I mean, if you're watching my video, you're choosing not to ignore me. So ha. All right, EBR. Jeez. Be a bully. So unfortunately, there's no good way to ram somebody when they're going up a hill, and when we go to the hill here, we're going to be stuck in that position where we're sort of counter pushing a hill, and I can't make it up the hill before the EBRs. So if the EBRs are already up there, I might be screwed. I did have a really good starting position though, so I'd like to try. Keep my finger on the button. Why does it feel like he got my engine? Come on. Dang, T54E1. What hit me? K91? What is a K91? I've never seen a K91 in my entire K90 life. Unfortunately, they have a very superior position on me, and my health is all gone. So I'm going to have to pretend as if I am in a weak tank with no hit points to speak of. Die. Of course he's an autoloader, so I never should have shown anything to him. He's probably gonna die though. No, he didn't die. How dare he? I tell you, I wish I could do this non-stop, but gotta go to work. Come home and you're already tired before you even get tired. So, I'm trying to think of a good place to ram, and the only thing I can come up with in this map is going to be over here. I'm thinking, because there's like a couple little like hilly zones, I think, and some little down plains. I think I might be able to get off a good ram on one of the down plains. I'm going to try this right side, because I could have sworn there was like a little bump that goes downwards that might give me a little bit of a speed boost. Hello, 50 TP. Oh, and a prot. That T95 is going to come behind me. I'm using his teammate as cover. Backing away. What you gonna do about it? I got my ram off. I don't care. Boom, 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 boom. T. All I wanted was the ram anyway. And that was hilarious. 1,700 damage. That's more than I expected playing that risky maneuver. I didn't get a kill or anything, but that was actually pretty funny. Even the T-95 came up behind me and was like, "What's going on here, guys? you guys really letting them pull you around like this? It's a little much." What if I get any good T-8 rammers? The Panther might be a good ramming vehicle. Let's try the Panther. Yeah. Let's try the Panther. It's quick. It's heavy. Doesn't really have very good armor. But, who knows? Who knows indeed? What is with these terrible ramming maps? Lake Town. Or Lakeville. Look at that gun. I mean, just look at that. Just look at that gun. It's longer than my tank. If you guys haven't played your Panther 2 in a while, like maybe you played it like way back when you grinded for your E50M, you know, and you kind of sold it and moved on. The E50, the Panther 2 and the E50 both got access to the L100, and the L100 is just the longest gun. Like, it is just long. I mean, like, look at this. I'm touching his rear, and my gun is almost longer than he is. I'm touching his rear. That's a very bad statement there. Okay, I take that back. I am caressing his rear bumper. That's even worse. I am scraping his fender. There. It's much better. Scraping his fender. Alright, so we're going to try for somebody who's pushing the chapel. I don't know what we're going to come up with, but we're going to go in, and we've got nothing. So we're going to very quickly do a peek around this corner. Shoot. And shoot whatever's there, and then back off. Our intention is not to actually engage them, but to force them to come out. And then we're going to ram him. No! How dare you get tracked while I'm trying to ram you, sir? Stop it and die! That would have been a good ram, too. Well, it would have been an okay ram. The angles were a little off. But then he got tracked and he lost all his speed. Okay, IS-2S. We'll go for that AMX in the city. He actually has very good frontal armor, so it might not be the best. Ooh, nope. Rear ram, yes! That was worth it. Come on, Panther 2, let's go ram this ISU-122S if we can. Ooh, a Super Hellcat. Ooh, M12. Why are you so rude? AMX 5100, you're rude too. I just want to ram you. Let me ram you. Oh, yes. Let's press cold steel to cold steel. I'm terrible. I can't do nothing with this 152 in the way. I gotta get him out of the way first before I can do anything. I don't think I've ever seen an IS-2S. Is that the like special edition that had like the Rudy? You stop right in the middle of the dang jank, and I can't even fucking breathe. I don't know why you stop like that. I mean, it's a bad place to stop, just in general. TP. I think I'm just gonna shoot his IS-2S in the butt. Oh no, never mind. Is that the 5100 hiding behind the house? Of course. 12T is still in the... Where is the 12T? I'm so confused. Is he really on the road? I'm gonna see if I can ram him then. I'm having so much trouble with this hill. Another important thing for a ramming vehicle, by the way, is get up and go. It's acceleration. It's how fast your vehicle can go from, you know, X speed to max speed. And I'm noticing now that the Panther 2 has very poor get up and go. But it won't stop us from getting a nice ram off on this guy. Looks like he's clipping. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough damage on him. It just went up the hill there. I don't know what that was about. How much ram damage did we get on him anyway? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. The quest for the perfect ram continues. When will we get the perfect ram? I don't know. It's so sad. The perfect ram, it needs to be gotten. And every single battle is a loss because we're not playing for wins, we're playing for rams, and it's terrible. And our teammates probably hate us if they found out that the only purpose we have in life is to ram people. But you know what? I don't care. Dang it! I want a ram, and I don't care who knows it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you had fun. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps out. Ciao. He's a little booty. He's a little booty, aren't you? That's a cute little booty.